We're all getting pretty used to AI assistants that can chat with us, write things, and do research. But what happens when they stop just telling you what to do and actually start doing it for you? That's the huge leap to something called Agentic AI. And let me tell you, it's a total game changer.
Right now, even the most powerful AI out there, something like Claude, is pretty much confined to a chat window. It's like having this brilliant strategist who can't actually leave their office. They can give you the perfect plan, step by step, but they can't click the buttons, they can't fill out the forms, or navigate your apps. It's trapped in its own little box.
So that's the big question we're really digging into here. What happens when we give that AI the keys to our digital world? When it can operate our browsers, manage our apps, and truly act as an agent on our behalf? The answer is both incredibly powerful and, yeah, a little bit scary. And this right here is the fundamental shift we're talking about. We're moving from AI assistance to AI automation. So instead of an AI telling you, okay, go to this website, click here, then fill in these fields, it just does it. This isn't about getting better instructions anymore. It's about delegating the entire task from start to finish. So how does the AI take its first step out of that box? Well, it comes in the form of what we call browser agents. A great example is the Claude for Chrome extension. This is really where the AI gets its first taste of freedom, letting it directly interact with the web pages you're looking at. So, what can it actually do? Well, for starters, it can see the content on a web page and summarize it for you. It can navigate through a site, fill out these long, complicated forms, and even hop into your inbox to help you manage your emails. It's not just a chatbot anymore, it's an active participant right there in your browser. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. To see the page, the agent uses a pretty clunky process. It literally takes a screenshot of the page, sends that picture to the AI model to figure out what's on the screen, and then it decides what to click or type. This whole screenshot, analyze, act cycle is the reason this first generation of agents feels so slow. And this quote from a review by AI Operator just hits the nail on the head. The technology is amazing for sure, but the speed right now makes it impractical for a lot of business tasks. I mean, who's going to delegate a 10-second task that takes the AI 2 whole minutes to finish? Okay, so if the browser's too slow and kind of generic, what's the next step? Plugins. This is the big evolution. Moving from a general purpose browser agent to a super specialized assistant that connects directly to the apps you use every single day. Things like Figma, Linear, or Notion. You can just feel the excitement from developers like Mustafa Ahmed. For them, plugins are an absolute game changer. All of a sudden, they can build these custom tools that automate their most boring, tedious workflows, connecting their code editor directly to their project management and documentation tools. So how do these plugins actually work? Well, the plugin isn't just one thing. It's more like a package of different parts. You've got skills, which are automatic abilities. You've got commands, which are basically manual shortcuts. And then you have MCP servers, which act as the bridges connecting Claude to all those external tools. You put them all together, and they give the AI some pretty incredible specialized superpowers. And this is where it gets really, really powerful. Imagine this workflow. You just tell Claude, hey, pull all the completed tickets from this week's sprint in Linear, and then format them as release notes using my template from Notion. And just like that, Claude uses the Linear plugin to grab the data, the Notion plugin to get the template, and it puts them together into a finished document. No more copy pasting, ever. Okay, so we've unlocked the AI from its box. It can browse the web, it can use our apps. Problem solved, right? Well, not exactly. With all this new power comes a whole new set of very, very serious challenges. Which brings us to the million-dollar question. We've seen the incredible promise, but is this technology actually ready for, prime time? Can we let it run unsupervised in a real business environment? The honest answer right now is no. And there are two really big reasons why. The two biggest obstacles really boil down to speed and security. Now, we've already talked about the speed issue with the browser agents, but security, that's the much, much bigger deal. I mean, when an AI can take actions on your behalf, you have to be absolutely certain it's doing only what you want it to do. So just how big of a deal is security? Well, Anthropic ran its own internal tests. They call it red teaming, where they basically tried to attack their own browser agent. Before they put in new safety features, they found that these prompt injection attacks, where a malicious website could trick the AI, were successful 23.6% of the time. That is a terrifyingly high number. Now, after they found these weak spots, Anthropic's safety teams built a bunch of new defenses. And as you can see here,
Those defenses cut the attack success rate by more than half, down to 11.2%. That's a huge improvement, for sure. But it also shows there's still a long way to go to get that number all the way down to zero. So if plugins are the key to giving the AI all these capabilities, how do we build the safety net to make them ready for the enterprise? The answer seems to be creating a standardized, secure way for all these AIs and external tools to talk to each other. And that standard is called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. It's an open source protocol that basically defines a secure and discoverable way for AI models to connect to any external system, whether that's a database, an API, or even a local file on your computer. Honestly, this is the perfect analogy. Just like USB-C created a universal standard for connecting all of our devices and chargers, MCP is aiming to be that universal port for plugging any tool or any data source into any AI model. It creates a single, secure point where all the safety rules can be enforced. So, where does all of this leave us today? Well, the best way to think about agentic AI right now is like a really capable but also very cautious intern. It can get a lot of work done, definitely, but it's still a bit slow, it needs a lot of supervision, and you probably wouldn't hand it the keys to your most critical systems, at least not yet. And that leaves us with the final, really big question. This technology is moving at an absolutely incredible pace. The cautious intern of today is going to be the seasoned executive of tomorrow. So when your AI can reliably and securely handle all of your routine digital tasks,